his hand. Rest of the others, did you people get your Google Client ID as well as secret? Because in the today's OAuth class, the Google Client ID as well as secrets are the two essential things that we require during the coding. Okay, the statistics are very low. I'm just seeing 3 of the people. Just raise your hands instead of sending the thumbs up. Just yeah, Johnson is also there. Great. All right, great. So we do not have to do much file creation over here because this thing is just related to the backend of our website. Just go to your file where you have created the backend of the website or where you have done the coding of the backend, which I have taught you people in the previous class. And what you people have to do here is go to your package.json. And as you people can see, I'm having Passport as well as Passport Google OAuth 20 installed inside this backend file. Just run the command, that is npm install passport space passport Google OAuth 20. And just run the command and make sure that they get installed. And after installing them, just check it inside your package.json file if they are existing over there. And create the passport.js file inside your config folder. And then, yeah, just create this single folder. And then we will do the coding. And after you do this much of work, just raise your hands so that I will be able to know that how many of you have done this. And we will start the coding for this open authorization on sharp 85. And one more thing that you people have to do is inside this .env file, you have to provide your Google Client ID, Google Client secret, as well as the front-end URL, as well as the back-end URL.
And what is the second package?
Hello, ma'am. Actually, I have joined late. We have to create these directories or what?
No, you just have to create this passport.js, which you are being able to see on the screen inside the config folder, the same file which we had in the class where we were studying the backend. Were you there
Oh,
inside
yes,
the
yes,
class?
yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am, got it.
Just create this passport.js file inside your config folder and then install these two dependencies, that is passport as well as passport Google OAuth 20. And
Wait,
inside
ma'am,
this
wait.
.env file,
Yeah.
inside this .env file, place the front-end URL as well as the back-end URL along with the Google Client ID, which you have fetched from your Google Cloud, as well as the
Yeah.
Google Client secret.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that's it. Do these things.
Ma'am, wait for 2 minutes, please.
All right, let's proceed with the code. Inside this passport.js, I will import passport from passport, and then I will also import strategy as Google strategy. From where I'm going to import this, I'm going to import this using the Passport Google OAuth 20, which is why I have told you people in the beginning to install these dependencies. After that, I'll also be importing the user.js code from the models. And then I will import JW3 from which dependency?
And JSON web token.
Web tokens.
And then I import .env from .env. After that, I import path from path. And then finally, I'll import file URL to path. So these all things we need to import while working with the OAuth inside this passport.js file. After that, people can see that we are having .env file inside our root folder, isn't it? But in the previous class, we made a backend file, or I guess some kind of file inside which we have stored this .env file. So in order to access the data which are present inside our .env file, we can write it in this way, that is const file name is equal to file URL to path. Inside this, I will import dot meta dot URL. After that, I will also declare a variable that is dir name is equal to path dot dir name. I am providing this dir name as file name. Here I will, do you people remember one method that I have taught you while teaching you the backend, that is .env.config?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So over here, I will write .env.config, and inside this method, I will write path will be path.resolve, and inside this method, I'll be mentioning dir name as the first parameter, and then I'll be mentioning the directory, that is .env. So this is the much we require in order to use the data which is present inside our .env file. Now I will use the middleware of the passport. The middleware of the passport is .use. The same middleware we used inside our Express, isn't it? We used to write app.use. We are going to use the same method that is used inside for the passport. Inside this, I will be writing new, and instead of strategy, I will be writing Google strategy. Why? Can anybody tell me why?
Because we have referred that name from the import.
Great. Inside this Google strategy, I am going to mention the client ID, the client secret, as well as the callback URL. So tell me what are the keywords that I need to write in order to use the client ID that I have mentioned inside my .env file.
Ma'am,
What did we
Can you
use?
please repeat?
client ID colon process.env dot Google client ID.
Uh, at first tell me, what did we use to write in order to use the Mongo URI that is present inside our .env file?
Process.env dot Mongo
Process.env.
URI.
Great. So for using the client ID as well, we will write process.env.Google client ID, because inside my .env file, I have written Google client ID as well as Google client secret. So inside this passport.js, I will write it here. over here I will write client ID. This is going to be process dot env dot Google client ID. After this, I'll be writing client secret, and the client secret will be process dot process dot env dot Google client secret. After this ID as well as secret, I need another parameter, that is callback URL. And this callback URL is going to be that URL through which we will be able to access to that page, where we will be provided with different emails that we are using. And over there, we have to select only one email that we will use to register ourselves inside the website. So here I will write a $sign. Over here, I will provide process dot env dot backend URL. Backend URL. After that, I will write API in lowercase. After the API, I will write auth, and then auth, and then Google. So this is going to be my API endpoint in order, which will be placed inside the what? Search engine. After declaring these variables, we are going to make an asynchronous function. And this will take access token, and then the refresh token. It will also take the profile, and then it will take done. Now you people might be thinking, why do we need these parameters inside this asynchronous function? Then this access token that we have mentioned in the very beginning is the token which is used to access the user's data from the OAuth provider. Am I clear to you people about this access token?
Yes.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this refresh token is the token used to refresh the access token when this access token will get expired. After that, this profile will take the user's profile information returned from the OAuth provider. And finally, the done method is a callback function to signal completion. And this done is similar to the method, that is the next method, which we used in order to pass the control flow to the next line. What will this done do? This done will say that the function is now finally complete. Understood? Which is why we are writing that done at the very last.
Okay, sir.
After mentioning,
Ma'am, can you repeat access token?
this access token is the token which is used to access the user's data from the OAuth provider. We are using OAuth, right? Over here, that is Google OAuth 20.
Yes, ma'am.
So over here, the access token, what will it do? It will fetch the user's data that is present inside the Google's database. Am I clear? See, whenever we are making some kind of request to the Google server, then the server will check its database whether our email ID as well as password is present inside the database of the Google. Are you being able to understand this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we are providing this access token, Over there, what is Google doing? It is responding us with a token which carries the user's data from the OAuth provider. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And this refresh token will refresh the access token when this will get expired. Tokens get expired, you know this much, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
what is the method, what is the keyword that we use to prevent the token from getting expired?
Ignore expiration.
Ignore expiration.
Great. After providing these parameters, I will initialize a try-catch block. Inside this try-catch block, I will just provide the try-catch. Inside the try block, I will make a user where I will write await. And since I have imported this user.js from the models, over there I will write user.find1. And then inside this, I will write email will be profile dot emails 0 and then dot value. Which means what? Inside the MongoDB, I am going to put the value of the email as the value of the email that is provided to us from the Google's OAuth. That email's value will get stored inside the email value of our MongoDB. Any
Ma'am, can
doubt?
you please repeat?
See, as I have already told, when we are requesting the Google server, then it is providing us with some kind of token.
Yes, ma'am.
So in that token, what data will be present? Our email ID as well as password,
Yes, ma'am.
which is why we are not, it becomes very easier for us to log in inside a website without providing our email as well as password when we register ourselves inside the website through Google.
Yes, ma'am.
So in order to store the value of email inside the variable email, what we are doing, we are fetching the email's data that is provided to us by the Google's token inside the email's variable. We are just storing the value of the email.
Okay, ma'am.
Now are you able to understand why are
Yes,
we
ma'am.
writing this?
Yes, ma'am.
Any further doubt? And if not, user, which means that if the user is not found, then what it will do? It will create a new user inside the it will create a new user inside the database. For that, we will write user is equal to await user dot create method, inside which we will assign name, profile dot display name, and after the name we will write email as profile dot emails, and this will be zero dot value. After this, we will also provide the password, and the password will be anything such as OAuth underscore placeholder. After the password, we will provide the role of the user, and the role of the user will be user role. After making a new user, what we will do? We will create a token. that is const token is equal to jwt dot find. Can anyone tell me what will be the very first parameter inside this sign method? I have explained you in the previous class. Tell me what is the very first parameter of the find function.
ID user dot underscore ID.
So that one will be ID is going to be the users dot underscore ID.
And followed by JWT secret.
So since I'm creating an object over here, so an object is placed inside the curly braces. After mentioning the ID, we will write the JWT secret. For that, I will write process dot env dot JWT secret. After the JWT secret, we are going to mention in the end what? Expires it. And we will mention the time within which the token will get expired. Say for example, the token will get expired in 7 days. So we will write 7D inside the expiration variable. After this, we will write user dot token is equal to token. And then we will return that. If there will be no error, then null will be the first parameter, which will provide that there are no errors. This null means that this thing only, that there are no errors when we are carrying out our tasks. Then it will provide us the user. And if there lies some error, we will handle that error using the catch block. Inside the catch, we will pass the parameter as error. And then it will provide return done. And if there lies some error, then the first parameter is going to be error. After that, it will provide null. Because if there is occurring some kind of error, then we will get no data, isn't it? That is why we are writing null over here. And if there is no error, then we will be getting the user's data, which is why we are writing user over here inside the done method. Just tell me, how are you being able to understand this, or how many of you have doubts?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in generally, when we log in any website by using Google account, then it takes our name from our Gmail ID, obviously.
Yeah.
But what
It
about the
doesn't take our
password?
name, it takes our email.
Yes, ma'am. It takes email, but when we enter, when we check our profile, then it shows our name. I can understand it takes by by our Google profile, but what about the password? We don't keep the password on that time.
See, whichever data we provide to Google while you make your email ID, you make your email ID in Google only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So during making our email ID, what all data do we provide to Google?
Name, age, Google ID.
Password,
Yes, ma'am.
email,
Password also.
date of birth, etc. So we also provide our phone numbers as well inside the email ID, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens to that data? Google stores that entire data inside its database.
Yes, ma'am.
Which means what? Google is having your email ID, your password, your date of birth, your phone number, etc. and etc. Right?
Yes.
So whenever we are choosing one of our email IDs as the request to the Google server, then the Google server, what will it check? It will check all the columns regarding that email ID. What are the columns over there? the columns are nothing but the password related to that email ID, the phone number related to that email ID, the date of birth related to that email ID, and the entire data that we provide to Google whenever we are making that email ID, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means what? Using this, we can access the name that is present inside our email ID, our password, etc., and all the things.
Okay.
So this is how the Google is able to make us log in inside the website using our email ID as well as password, which as the users, we are not required to enter them manually if we make the Google login.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, are there any doubts?
Yes, ma'am. One more. Line number 14, the token, const token. Can you explain this?
Line number 4, inside line
Sorry,
number
sorry, sorry.
14.
34. Line number 34.
Okay. So here, did you see in the auth middleware.js in the previous class?
Yes, ma'am.
So over there, we use the method that is sign method, which is the built-in method of the JSON Web Token dependency.
Yes, ma'am.
And what things do we need in order to make a token? We need the ID of the user, for which we are passing the ID of the user. The second thing that we need in order to make a token is the JWT secret. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
And the third thing that we need in order to make a token is the time within which the token will get expired.
Yes, ma'am.
So all three things contribute in order to create a single token. And we have to use the sign function to assemble all these three things.
Okay, ma'am.
Any further doubts?
No, ma'am.
No one else is having any kind of doubt?
Okay, ma'am, in the password section, the placeholder, what is its name?
It is nothing. It's just a string that I am providing to the email that I'm creating. That is a new email that I'm creating. You can place any kind of word inside the string. This is nothing but my password. And can anyone tell me what do I have to write? Like what will be placed over here? For
Mongo
this
URI.
process that you no.
Backend URL.
Backend URI.
So what is that backend URI?
Port number.
Localhost.
Yes, our port number. HTTP localhost, and then the port number is going to be over here in this position, followed by these API endpoints. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
After this, after making this passport.js, we'll go to the auth routes.js. Over here, we have to provide some kind of API endpoints through which we will be able to log in using our Google ID. So for here, what kind of request do we have to make? We have to make the GET request, since we are not posting anything. Instead, what we are doing, we are fetching our Google data which are present inside the database of the Google. For that purpose, we will be using the GET request. So over here, I will write router.get. What will be the very first parameter? Tell me.
API.
Users endpoint.
Okay, there will be the API endpoints, and I will provide the API endpoints as auth followed by Google. And then I'll pass passport, so authenticate, okay, Google. Then here I will write scope is going to be the profile, comma, email. So here, what this means, when we will provide the OAuth as well as Google, then what will it do? In this way, we are asking Google about, see, what this Google denotes that we are sending the request to the Google server, which is why we are mentioning the authenticate function. And what do we demand from the Google? We are demanding our profile and then the email ID that is present inside the what? Inside the Google's profile. Any doubts to here?
No, ma'am, clear. Go ahead.
And ma'am, what about the password? We also want the password.
We want the password because the password will get the password will automatically get fetched from the profile, right?
I think no, madam. Google doesn't provide password.
But Google doesn't provide the password. Instead, Google uses the password related to the email in order to make us log in inside a website.
Yes, but we want password for our platform, right? We don't saving any password for that particular profile.
Let's see if we also pass the password as another parameter over here. And we will see if it will work. And then I'm going to mention another API endpoint as router. Dot get. And here, this will be the endpoint from OAuth, followed by Google, and then callback. And here, I will provide passport. Dot authenticate. Inside this, I will provide Google. This will handle if the failed redirect. This is going to provide take us to the page if the login using the Google URI, login using the Google will fail, and this will direct us to the login. And here it will provide us the session. Here the session will become false. And then there will be a function taking request as well as response. Inside this, we will make const is equal to request dot user dot token. After that, the respond dot redirect to the front end URL. After that, the API will be what success. The ternary operator token is equal to, and here we will display the token that is being generated, or that if the token that we have just made inside the passport.js. Yeah, over here, this token will get used inside this auth routes when the server will provide us with the token. So if we want to fetch the token, then we can fetch the token inside that URL using this. We save it. And then I will also save my passport change. your work. And you know what the best thing about this is? What is happening? On the exclusive. Bye. And why is it so? Okay. We have to write user.js whenever we are using the module type. Alright, that was just the thing, which is why it is showing that server running on port 5000 and the MongoDB is connected. And what I was telling you, the best thing about this is, any guesses?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So best thing about this is that we can't test this open authorization using post. So what we have to do in order to test this,
We need a front
we
end.
have to enter the URL HTTP localhost. What is our port number?
5,000.
5,000.
Port number is 5000. API auth followed by reward. Google. Okay. What if we provide callback?
Ma'am, try before. Ma'am, first remove the password, then try. Maybe that's work.
Ma'am, did you have published the Google Secret ID and the client ID from the Google Cloud Console?
Yeah. See, take us to the
Yeah, great.
emails that we have. Understood how this thing works?
Ma'am,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
was the error?
That was just the API endpoint error. I was providing the wrong API endpoint. See, over here we are getting auth and then auth choose account, and over here we have to choose one of the accounts. It's taking me to this URL. Since we are not having any kind of front-end file. See, as you people can see, we are getting the port number 3000 over here. Are you people able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And what did we provide in the front-end URL?
3000.
3000 only. So since we are not having any kind of front-end folder, that is why over there the page is saying that can't reach this page. And one more thing to be noted over here is that we are also getting the token over here. You see? That we
Yes, ma'am.
so that token that is being generated.
Ma'am, what if now we can use password?
See, we cannot provide the password as a parameter because if we are going to provide the password over there, it causes the error. And as I have already told you people that inside the scope, we can only mention the file as well as email.
Ma'am, your voice is not coming properly.
Am I audible now? Clearly? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's okay.
So we cannot pass the password as the third parameter inside the inside this scope.
Can you show the what database entry has been made through this OAuth?
Can you please repeat, Aditya?
Can you show please what database entry has this OAuth made?
See over here, it is providing us the encrypted password. And here the date as well as time is also mentioned.
Okay, so that password is that thing that you may provided while making that entry, right?
Yeah. The password is coming in the encrypted form. This will get decrypted. Then the email, then the password related to this email ID will get will be provided over.
Okay, one question is that what if that what is its name that OAuth entry that you made is already existing in the DB, then what will happen?
Then see the number of times we are going to register ourselves using the same email ID. The number of times it will not get created inside the MongoDB. Once it is created, then it will stay the same.
So it will link that entry to original entry which is from email and password, right?
Yeah.
But here we are providing two passwords, so it will not make conflict.
It will conflict with the password that is present inside the MongoDB and the password that is present inside the Google's database.
Okay.
See, Kushi, during providing the names inside the email ID, we are provided some kind of restrictions when we are using our names, isn't it? Kushi, are you there? Kushi, are you there? So we are provided those restrictions whenever we are creating our email ID in Google. Why are we provided those restrictions? We are provided those restrictions in order to make each and every name different, so that the names do not get confused.
Okay, ma'am.
Tomorrow is a project review, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you people ready with your projects?
Ma'am, I have a doubt related to the project. Ma'am,
Yeah, sure.
what about the product information? We have to create the product information in our backend, or we can
Yeah,
use
we
the
have to
sample
store.
API.
No, you have to store the information regarding your product, such as the description of your product, as well as see. Let me show you an example of the description and the information regarding the products that I have stored inside my MongoDB regarding the e-commerce website that I have made.
So we have to create every single product description and the
Yeah.
details.
See, inside this, I have different kind of products, their description, their price, as well as I have also stored the image of my products inside image as well as categories of my products inside my MongoDB.
Ma'am, how to create this data in the Postman?
Not using Postman, you can manually write them. Just go to add data, this button, and over here, write insert document. And you can add whichever data you are having in this way. Inside the curly braces, in the JSON format, that is description, and write anything. This is a new product, blah blah blah. And you can click insert over here. This will become the new entry where I'll not be having the name, price, etc., but I'll be having the description.
Okay, ma'am.
This is how you have to create the product database.
So, ma'am, when we integrate our front end with the back end,
Yeah.
then we take the data as an input. I can say in registration and login time. On the login time, we transfer the data from front end to the back end, and that
Exactly.
checks the data that our data, and in the cart also we send the data, and
Exactly.
in product UI we use the backend's data to show the
In
products.
order to show it in the front end. Great.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
And we are doing all these things using Axios, followed by the method that we need in order to send the data to the backend or fetch the data from the backend.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, if we are showing the front end part tomorrow, what are the minimum requirements that we should do tomorrow?
See, tomorrow the project review, which which I'll be taking, will be around will be of less marks as compared to the project review that I'll be taking on 25th. So I'll be very not very lenient. I'll be lenient for tomorrow's. Either you can show the front end or else you can show the back end. And I will mark you people on the way. You have provided your efforts in order to make the APIs or the front end part, as well as the question I am going to ask you people, and you have to answer me on all the basis I am going to mark you.
Okay, ma'am.
But on 25th, you have to be ready with your front end as well as the back end. Or at that time, I will see both the things, whether your front end and the back ends are working perfectly fine or not.
Ma'am, is it necessary to present as a group tomorrow, or a single person can also represent?
In order to present your project on the screen, I'll just be asking a single person of the entire group to share the screen and present the project. And I'll be asking each and every member of the group the part in which they have contributed to make the project. And I'll be asking the question not from that topic only, but from the entire syllabus that I have taught to people till now.
Ma'am, what about the timings?
Timings will be told to you people. Any further query?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, we have a problem about this project, ma'am.
What is
Me,
that?
Vishal, and Tanushree and Tanusha, we four are from same college, ma'am. We talked with our guide about this project, and she told we can't work in single modules and all. We have to work in whole project, it seems, ma'am. She said we have to submit project synopsis with the full project. So she told you four can be in the same team and do full project, ma'am. So what to do, ma'am?
Regarding the team building and all those things, you just contact the support team. They will guide
Okay.
you.
But we four can do now, ma'am. Full project.
That's the thing that you have to ask the support team, because I have to mark you people individually, right?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Just ask this thing, or you can also email this thing to the support team. So, Kushi, if one of your team member is leaving the group, then if that team member is individually making the project, then I'll mark him. Or if he is not making the project, then I'll mark him 0. And to your team, Kushi, I'll say that you people, if only Kushi is making the project, then I will mark Kushi only. He is
Ma'am,
not
please
doing it.
repeat.
So Kushi, leave him. Just try to make the project. If others are contributing, then well and good. Otherwise, you can do it on your own.
Ma'am, what if we have some doubts in our project? So how can we reach you?
See, tomorrow is the project review, so obviously I'll not be providing any help to you people by today, because you should be ready with your doubts for today, not for tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. But what if after tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we have some issues in our project? Then how can we reach you to help
So over
something?
there, just text the support team that you people are having this kind of doubt, and the support team will forward me that doubt, and then I will solve it, and then I will send it to the support team, and they will provide it to you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please share the code? We cannot get any code.
Okay, you people will get the code by today night. What codes do you want?
Ma'am, the class codes that that you taught us.
Which lectures? That the previous lecture where I taught you people about connecting the front end with the back end, and today's lecture, or what?
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
Which lectures code do you want here?
Ma'am, if all of them can be provided, then it will be very good.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess in your batch, a zip file about the MERN has been sent, I guess.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will send the entire code to you. You people can ask your doubts if you people are having any of them, or else you people can leave the meeting.